What's up, Flunkie Force? It's Game Flunkie, and today we're heading back into Paladins to showcase a new champion called Zhin the Tyrant. So let's get into it, check out some of his skills, or all of them, and then we'll show some gameplay footage. So I played with him earlier today. It went relatively well. He's unique in the sense that he, like any flanker, he's not made to take damage, so he sort of like sneaks around and does damage from the sides like a typical flanker. His skills and abilities, though, are actually rather quite unique, and I like them because he's not. When you see the fiery sword, you think he's a close-range DPS. He's actually not. He's a mid-range DPS, and we'll get into that. So, primary attack using the left bumper is Inferno Blade. Does direct damage. Within 2 seconds, hurl burning oil with 2 quick swings that deal 450 damage, and a heavy swing that deals 700 damage. The next ability he has is called Counter. This is where I said he gets kind of unique because this right here, obviously is a mid-range attack, and he hurls oil. It looks almost like a fire slice. When he slices the air, you can hit somebody close range. Don't recommend it because he can't take no hits. But he throws almost like a fire, like a half a crescent shape fire thing at people. I can't describe it well because I'm horrible at describing shit. Anyway, his next ability is Counter, kind of like Androx's. He has the ability to enter a counter stance for 2 seconds. If you take an enemy hit to the front of your character, you negate any effects of the hit and counterattack with a melee strike, dealing 700 damage. Here's the thing. I noticed that there's sort of kind of a limit to range on this, obviously. So it isn't like Androx where he can shoot it back at you, where he holds up his hand, collects the energy, shoots it back. So there is somewhat of a range to these attacks, especially counter. And now what also makes him rather unique too as well is, like the other flankers, he has the ability to kind of move away pretty fast. Now Whirl is like that, same with Billow. Now Whirl is the offensive version of mobility. Whirl, area damage. Lunge forward while swinging your blade in a deadly arc, dealing 400 damage to nearby enemies. Compass that with Billow, you actually have 2 great movesets that allow you to move out of direct fire, so you can get away, recoup, and come back. Because he kind of you'll see it in the gameplay, he spins, and as he spins, he moves. So if you're getting surrounded, or you want to do some quick finisher, or just get some damage off and get away, it can throw him out of the fight. And one of some of the card setups and loadouts allow you to extend the range how far the world goes. So that's sort of like your ace in the hole. Billow is similar to like Ceres's ability of going invisible. But the thing is, you can't be targeted, and I don't think you can be hit at all. I have yet to be hit while I'm in it. Disperse into smoke, become untargetable, and gain 20% movement speed for 2.5 seconds. Now, his ultimate is pretty badass. It's not your run-of-the-mill crazy, like anything like that, but it's really neat in the sense it's kind of old school, where he kind of throws you in the air somewhat and slices you into 1,000 pieces, which I liked. It was pretty neat. Spike, to launch forward, incapacitate. I cannot speak today. Launch forward and incapacitate an enemy with a series of vicious melee attacks, dealing 2,000 damage over 1.5 seconds. That will fuck up a lot of people. So he's a pretty good, decent. It's a decent setup. I love the build. Or I love the character setup. Loadout I'm using called Embers. I'm pretty much centered myself around his ammo, his attack. He's the primary attack. That's about it. And sort of, primary attack and his a power called Billow, which allows him to stay invisible. So I'm trying to keep him mobile if possible, as far as the first loadout set, because what I've experienced with playing with him, he takes little to no damage at all. So 1-2 shots, he's done. And by the way, is anybody can tell me what's going on with Pip? The healer, this little bastard? Hold on. I know I'm like a lightweight here when it comes to using certain characters, but this guy right here could fuck people up now. I don't know. I gotta check the patch codes, the patch notes, because this dude can hit like a freight train. And bro, that hurts. So, we'll see in a bit, and we'll go see some Zhin gameplay. Alright, we're back. So, I had to quit because apparently everybody wants to play Zhin the Tyrant. Which is cool. I'm glad it's popular. Glad he's popular. But I wasn't able to get in a single match. Wow. In the months of me playing this game, I didn't know there's a test training area. I could have just done this from the start months ago. Anyway, so these are the 3 legendary cards that Zhin has, just to give you guys an idea. One of them is broken. Alright, so Guillotine, which is the one you start off with, I think. Yeah. Spike now deals 25% of the target's maximum health with every hit. Also increases your ultimate charge by a rate of 15%. Which is pretty awesome. I like that one a lot. Retaliation. After countering an attack, you remain in your counter stance, which that could be pretty devastating. depending on how much he could deflect back as far as countering and how much he could take directly. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that works out. Smolder. This is the Jesus Christ. This is broken in my opinion. Heal for 60% of your maximum life over the duration of Billow. That is crazy. All right, so I'm using it more of a movement style, so increases your ammo along with also focusing mainly on my primary attack. Dragonal, which increases your ammo count. Up in the smoke, increases the speed of Billow. Malice, gain 10% reload speed. Embers, activating Billow, generates 4 ammo. And Infinite, which this is the last card was just for BS because I had to fill in the slot. So, alright. So, going over it one last time. Spite, which is his primary attack, launch forward and incapacitate an enemy with a series of vicious melee attacks dealing 2,000 damage over 1.5 seconds. Inferno Blade, which is the secondary attack. Oh, sorry, Spite is what? Oh, sorry, Spite's his ultimate. Why would they put it like that? That's weird. Anyway, his primary attack is Inferno Blade, which within 2 seconds hurl burning oil with 2 quick swings that deal 450 damage. Heavy swing then do a heavy swing that deals 700 damage. Counter, which is the secondary attack, not whatever the hell they thought they were doing over there. Enter a counter stance for 2 seconds. If you take an enemy hit to the front of your character, you negate any effects of the hit and counterattack with a melee strike dealing 700 damage. Has a 7-second cooldown. This one, Billow, has 12 seconds. Billow, disperse into smoke, become untargetable, and gain 20% movement speed for 2.5 seconds. Whirl. Lunge forward while swinging your blade in a deadly arc, dealing 400 damage to nearby enemies, which have a 7-second cooldown too, by the way. Alright, so let's get into it a little bit. So, I've said it before, the one thing to keep in mind is, as I was playing with him, this guy is not meant to be even touched. He takes damage like crazy. He only has 2,050 health, so best bet is never, obviously, don't take on tanks. In my opinion, he doesn't do enough to even focus on any tanks, which I don't think it's supposed to be doing with a flanker anyway. So focus more on your DPS. Hello, Fernando, though. Nice, sir. But here you go. Here's his primary attack. See, the 1-2 is the 450. Then the third one is the big strike coming down is the 700. Which is cool. This is how he reloads, by the way, guys. He pours oil on his blade. Alright. So that's his primary attack, and here we go. Which does a lot of damage continuously. If you're able to get on your opponent pretty quickly, you can do a lot of damage. But here's the thing too, is let's say they're trying to run away, right? Let this guy heal real quick. 1, 2, 3, and they're trying to run. Boom, there you go. Using the whirl ability, which is F, lunge forward, which, what I'm saying is, so if they're trying to run away after you get close, because, normally you think a player's going to run from you once you about whoop their ass. Well, the thing about the whirl ability is it prevents the player from doing that, so you can lunge at them, swirl around, do damage, and kill them, and while at the same time getting out of any possible threats that might cause you any kind of harm. Cool. So far as the counter stance, which I'm hoping there's a thing in here that'll attack me, but anyway. But for this is the Q ability. This is Billow. And if you're noticing, this is why I said it's kind of broken, the legendary card. And because the legendary card allows you to heal for 6% of his health. Here's the cool part. He can also increase the duration while you're in Billow. You can also lower the cooldown for Billow as well, especially if you're using so let me do it here. I can't. If you're using a card setup like Nimble or Chrono, where Chrono lowers the cooldown of all your abilities. To me, combine that with lowering the cooldown of... I didn't even... Let me turn it down real quick, guys. Oh shit, they killed the fuck out of him. Oh, sorry about that. They still a lot of shit anyway, but damn. Alright, so that's good. Alright, try the counter stance. See what I mean? Boom. But yeah, he can't take much damage. He's already damn near dead, so I'll get him to regenerate, and then we'll try this again. See, the counter stance ability has not much of a range, so you have to be up close to do it. See what I mean? Oh, wow. I'll tell you, man, he isn't strong at all, so that's one thing I gotta be wary of him, which most flankers aren't. But he is really paper thin, so be very careful when using him. So we've gone through pretty much all of his abilities. The final one is his ultimate, which is E. I love this attack. Stun them and then do that. That is sick as shit. That's sexy. Which, in some cases, that's 2,000 damage. I wonder what it would do against... Well, I can't now, but... Hold on. I thought he was going to attack me. Anyway. Against a target like a tank, maybe, or a frontliner like Fernando. Like like Fernando, it might not be recommended to do that. I mean, you don't want to take, if you're a flanker, again, your job isn't to take on the front line. That's what you have DPS for. Your job is to kind of hunker around a field and, you know, pick off attackers. Or healers, like Pip over here. This overpowered bastard that he is. My personal thoughts on Pip as I've been, or Pip, what the fuck, Zhin, as I've been playing him. I like him a lot. He's a very mobile flanker. In some of his setups that I've seen so far, as far as loadouts, and especially legendary cards, really showcase or boast a potential almost overpowering character. Because the ability to regenerate 60% of your cooldown while almost dropping the cooldown rate on Billow over time could turn out to make this character pretty OP, because if you're able to move around the field and stay out of the way and pretty much stick to the shadows, which most flankers are intended to do, then yeah, he can heal himself pretty well and keep himself alive. My other recommendation for our card setups, if you're wondering, potentially when I use flankers, I usually stick with the things that either deal with movement speed, shield break, what's the one? Not shield breaker. I can't remember, for some reason I can't press the, anyway, the one in the red that deals with shield breakers, dealing with damaging the shield. Another thing too is to keep anything for cooldown based. I mean, especially if a flanker is heavily dependent on his attacks. Like Lex isn't really the typical flanker that does that. Lex has overwhelming firepower on his primary attack. But when you have a character that's dependent on its abilities like Zhin, it's best to keep things like Chrono up, so you can keep those cooldowns low, so you can keep popping Billow and things of that nature. Like I said, Zhin, in my opinion, is one of the most technical characters I've seen so far. With the complementary of all its abilities, it makes it very well balanced. And a lot of fun, too. And in fact, we've really got a badass looking character that has no relation to Overwatch in any way, shape, or form. So, starting off with that, I maxed out Chronos, dropped that cooldown reduction, and then I will use a Wrecker. Well, not with him. I don't recommend Wrecker with him. If you're going to use anything else with him, I'd either use Resilience or Illuminate. Or Illuminate, really, because then you can see what pretty much you get an eye on the field pretty well, especially if you're a flanker, right? Again, that's my opinion. If I'm going to use anything else, either be Deft Hands for the reload speed, or Cauterize to prevent targets from healing as they run away from you. Basically everything is meant on movement. Constantly keep moving. Especially, flankers are meant to be a mobile force. Don't stick around and wait. Keep moving. So, that's my opinion on Zhin. I hope you enjoy it. Sorry that it's been 3 days since I posted a video. Between the work and the heat swell, it's been nuts. Hopefully I'll be able to get back in the groove of things and get back on social media such as Instagram and Twitter and, you know, things of that nature. Well, guys, thanks again. This is the Zhin showcase. Let's play, whatever you want to call it. Before we leave, let's go ahead and kick Fernando's ass. Let's see how much damage he can do against Fernando. Oh, wow, so that could fuck up a frontline character. Ooh, shit. I mean, one of his legendary cards returns. I mean, you could, another way to, why did I even say this? Before I leave, there's another thing you could do, is one of the things we have, you could also go full morale boost, because the reason being is full morale boost lowers the cooldown reduction of your ultimate. Couple that with his legendary card that increases the rate of his ultimate coming back at 15%. That's a big boost. So your ultimate can come up pretty fast. And if you constantly keep staying alive and using your attacks and sticking to the shadows, you can constantly keep spitting out that ultimate and doing a lot of damage to a lot of players. Well, officially, this is me calling quits. You guys have a nice night. Thanks for watching. This is Flunkie, signing off.